Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 10. I hope everyone had a great weekend and you all weren't spending too much time working on your primary source analysis papers. Hopefully, you had some time to enjoy the weekend as well. So this is a video going over some of the main points of this week's modules 18 and 19. This week we're focusing in both modules on the expansion of the American state. So this period of history, this mid-20th century moment, is actually my favorite time period, so I'm excited about both of these modules. So module 18 is on the New Deal. So we're going to be examining this really crucial aspect of the American experience from a few different angles. The first thing we'll do is we're going to look at how we remember the New Deal and the 1930s as a country, as the United States. What is our general cultural memory of this particular moment in history? So we'll be considering how the role that images that come out of the New Deal play in our understanding of this time period. We're going to look at, for example, Dorothea Lange's photograph of the migrant mother, kind of reminiscent of John Steinbeck's book, The Grapes of Wrath. How do we, as a country, understand this particular moment in history? Sometimes we might have family stories of our grandparents or our great-grandparents that lived through the Great Depression and have really strong memories of that experience, and how does that shape our understanding of it? We will investigate those kinds of images and understand how they were actually created in part by government programs. Then we're going to be examining the Social Security Act, so basically the foundation of the modern American welfare state as we know it. So we're going to be investigating the origins of what we now know as Social Security benefits, and also what we now understand to be welfare in the contemporary context. And lastly, we're going to be looking at race and gender in both of these modules, but particularly in the New Deal. These programs were administered unevenly across racial and gender lines, so we're going to be examining that as well. And then module 19 is our first of two modules on World War II. So we're going to be starting this week with understanding the international context of the war, how the United States got involved. We will be delving into the experiences of soldiers, both in our readings and also in the lecture slides. And then we're going to be looking at the experiences of women and African Americans in the military. And then lastly, we'll start to discuss race in the context of this World War II era, this mid-20th century moment. So a lot of really important things going on with racial relationships in the U.S. at this time. So you have the starting of organized civil rights activism surrounding desegregation, so looking particularly at desegregation of war industries and of the military. And we'll pick up in our discussion of race in Module 20 next week when we talk about Japanese internment. There's just lots of conflicts and tensions dealing with race relations in the 1940s, which makes sense as we lead into the 1950s and 60s as we have more prominent organized civil rights movement. And then most importantly for both of these topics, I want you all to consider how the New Deal and World War II, both of them contributed to an expansion or a transformation of the American government. So we have government basically growing on a much wider scale than it ever has from both of these main topics. So the New Deal obviously grows a lot of government programs. World War II explodes the growth of the government even further. This is an even bigger scale than we discussed in World War I. So the government begins to touch the lives of almost every single American citizen in new ways. So get excited. It's really exciting. So upcoming assignments, you have your second extra credit opportunity that's due this Friday if you choose to do it. It dovetails quite nicely with Module 18 because I'm asking you to look through a collection of Works Progress Administration posters through the Library of Congress and write a brief reaction paper about those. And then next assignment coming up is the iSearch paper, and I will be doing a more thorough overview, probably a video introducing you to that paper. I'll be posting it on Canvas this week, so look out for that. All right, thanks everybody. Hope you all have a great week, and as always, email me if you have any questions. All right, bye.